That would be super crazy, right? Hello Saxo friends, Cajun here, the Sax Habit Coach, bringing you the best practice tips, tools and ideas to help you as a beginner saxophone player develop the practice habits and routines to master your saxophone faster. Now my purpose is to serve, motivate and to inspire you. So if it's your first time here, consider subscribing and remember, tap that notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video on this channel. So you may have heard it a million times that you must practice. More often than not, when you just start learning to play the saxophone, you are not going to get it all right at first, especially if you are trying to learn on your own. If you have a good saxophone teacher, you may be able to overcome some of the hurdles faster. So maybe you know or you don't know how or what practice is or isn't. In this video, I am going to talk about 8 things practice isn't. Now, when you practice ineffectively, you will end up with ineffective results. Number 1, practice isn't the thing you do once you are good. It's the thing you do that makes you good, according to Gladwell. Imagine someone saying to you that they will start exercising as soon as they lose the weight. That would be super crazy, right? You have to practice if you want to get good, you want to get better, or if you want to get great. Number 2, practice isn't for your spouse, children, neighbors, nor is it for your pets. So yeah, we all want to play that song, tune, lick, or phrase that we know so well and that we know we can play well in order to appease our family, neighbors, and friends. The truth is that if you only practice and play only that which you know how to do, you are sort of wasting your time because you're not advancing beyond that stage of learning. It's like a child who learns how to add 1 + 1 = 2. No matter how perfectly the child rewrites or do that mathematical equation, if she doesn't move to adding bigger and more complex numbers, she's not getting better at basic math. You get my drift? Number 3, practice isn't always perfect. So there is a worn out statement that is usually flung around loosely that goes, practice makes perfect. Not true. What is true is that practice makes permanent, whether it's perfect or imperfect. If you are honest enough, there are days or there will be days when your practice isn't going to be perfect. It's going to be far from perfect, right? You will have to endure problems with your setup that surrounds your mouthpiece, your ligature, your reed, your horn, and you will sometimes go through the torture of getting that single note correctly within a scale, a lick, a phrase, or melody that you are working on. Regardless of how it will be, please, for your sake, practice. Number 4, practice isn't always fun and pleasurable. Some days you are in that flow state and you feel as though you can practice hours on end, but then there are days when you get totally frustrated because you can't seem to wrap your fingers around a particular pattern. In this case, slow down. You're not in any competition with anyone. Now, sometimes it's also physical. Your body is just not up to it. However, practice for even 5 minutes. It's better than not practicing at all. Number 5, practice isn't haphazard. So real practice that guarantees real results is consistent, and to build consistency doesn't mean that you have to practice for 2 hours every day when you just start. That's the problem why most people quit halfway through a new resolution or a new habit that they're seeking to form. They want to start big. Now, if you really want to build a consistent practice routine that will last, start with 5 minutes a day, and I promise you, after a while those 5 minutes are going to compound and you will find yourself practicing for an hour and beyond on most days when you fall into the groove. Number 6, practice isn't a spectator sport. So if all you do is watch YouTube videos of how to play the saxophone and you never implement the information, then you're not practicing. It doesn't matter how many courses you've bought, if you don't use the material and get active by using what you are taught, you are not practicing. Number 7, practice isn't expensive. Now, if you think about it, you don't have to come up with cash to pay someone or the universe to practice. As a matter of fact, all you need is a space, and even a small closet space can prove sufficient enough. Any payment that you have to come up front with is making some time and expending some of your energy. 8th and last, practice isn't always easy. So you have to get used to the idea that you need to practice material that isn't within your comfort zone. If you truly want to get better, you also have to get comfortable with the idea of practicing hard things for longer stretches of time. So in every practice session, make sure to include even a single exercise that you are not yet able to just blow through without much of a challenge. Additionally, you could begin to practice music that is in an unfamiliar key or range of your horn. As always, guys, push play until something happens. Peace.